6'9", Hassan Ward. He jumps for VCU. On the other side, Flo Thamba, the only returning starter from last year. 6'10", 245. Jumps for Baylor. They're in their dark green. VCU in the white, controlled by VCU. They did a heck of a job yesterday against Syracuse. Held them to about 30% shooting. They were terrific, as Jimmy said, stifling defense. Sometimes have a hard time putting the ball in the bucket. They don't have their starting point guard, who is expected back sometime in January. Ace Baldwin down low, left hand, and a foul. That's a good way to start for VCU. Levi Stockard,
a COVID super senior, played his first 3 years at Kansas State. Levi Stockard, and really good ball reversal, tough with the ball early for VCU. And Stockard just gave heck to Syracuse yesterday inside the zone. He starts off going right through the chest of Flo Thamba.
25 minutes yesterday, Stockard 5 of 10, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He led all scorers with 15. Take a look at our starting lineups there, brought to you by Atlantis. Kinjo is the ball handling transfer from Arizona. Brown, freshman, turnover here. 2-on-1, laid up, no good. Offensive board, still controlled. That's one too strong. And boy, VCU showing what they do. They fight. Good job there using the foot to keep the ball alive, and a scrum results in Stockard having it, and they'll settle it down. All right, Baylor already on notice. This is going to be a battle again.
Yeah, VCU has set the rules.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Jamie Lucky says we're going the other way.
Mike Rhodes told me out in the lobby before the ball game, the VCU head coach, I can just tell you this, Jimmy, there is no fear, no back down in my guys. We're missing 2 starters, battling through some tough times right now in our program early in the season, but there is no fear inside my locker room right now, taking on the defending national champs.
Started to say before all that broke loose, Kendall Brown is the freshman superstar of Cottage Grove, Minnesota. Good player. This time the launch, no good. Look at the battle already. Matt Meyer had it out of bounds. They're going to leave it with Baylor. So how do you replace Davion Mitchell and Jared Butler and Maceo Teague? What do you do? How do you do that?
You just plug in really good guards again, and that's what he's done with James Akinjo, Adam Flackler, L.J. Cryer. Those guys grew up in the program last year. And this speaks to VCU's defense. Coming into this ball game today, they come in with a defense ranked in the 99th percentile overall in half-court defense. Talking about the team in white.
First 90 seconds, Jimmy, by the way. Flo Thamba, 2 fouls.
So now Jonathan Chamwa-Chachua is going to get minutes. You heard Scott Drew talking to us in the studio before the game about how VCU plays. They scramble the game, right? They keep you from running your offense. They keep you from running plays and make you make plays.
Jaden Nunn runs the point. Keyshawn Curry, and the 3 from the corner, no good. That was Hassan Ward. There's Meyer baseline, will not settle for the 18-footer, wants to keep trying to penetrate, dumps it down low. Now the 3. That's on the money. Started yesterday with a 3, and Meyer buries the first.
Yeah, came into the tournament shooting about 24% from the three-point line. Has a much better stroke than those numbers would indicate.
With the hands there, and he may have affected the finger of Kinjo. Kick out to Curry, steps into a 3. That's off Meyer, locked up Ward, and there was no effort at all from 20 in white.
Matthew Meyer did a really good job of giving up the basketball and then relocating, getting into the vision in the slot. And he's a 6'10" jump shooter is what he is. Can make guarded shots with a hand in his face. Does not take away the vision of Matthew Meyer.
VCU picks up full court. Kinjo terrific at dribbling by that defender, and he does so here.
Yeah, the speed of Akinjo really jumped off to me yesterday sitting courtside.
Agreed.
One thing to be fast on film, it's another thing to be fast for real.
Meyer, he got that ball down. He drew the foul. He'll go to the free throw line.
I thought it was interesting last year after the national championship game that he DM'd, that means direct message, Corey Kispert from Gonzaga after the title game, and just saying, hey, I know we played against each other. What would be your advice to me? Because I see myself as kind of a bigger version of you, a big guard. And Corey said, you got to get in elite shape. Like, if you're going to be a big guard and be chased around for 40 minutes, you have to be in phenomenal condition. And Matthew took it to heart and got himself in the best shape of his life. Have you ever been DM'd by anybody of significance?
Not in the term you're using, no. Direct messaged?
I think I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah. No, I've not. At least not that I'm aware of. I mean, there may be many attempts.
Stacked up in your phone.
You have to know how to find them. Yeah. Closet full of DMs. On the shot clock, and the left-handed launch, that's too long. And look at that, the ball hits the ground because of the effective box outs. Alley-oop, tough play. Defended really well, and the loose ball picked up and put back in by Baylor's Jordan Chachua.
That is his game, isn't it? Just the effort plays, the hustle plays, the big Valentine. 23 in green excels. He is a 5-star in those areas.
Look out, Jonathan just draws the charge. Every day, John doing lunch pail things. See him on the offensive end, and there he is, drawing the charge.
I said it yesterday, but if every coach in the country had 13 everyday Johns, they would never get out of coaching. And Coach Greenberg in the studio understands what I'm saying, because you just know what you're going to get out of Chamwa Chachua every day he steps on the floor. Every day he goes to the weight room. Every day he goes to the classroom. Yes, sir, no, sir. Talks to his teammates. Best friends with the managers. I mean, he's just the real deal.
Yeah, receives DMs without any problem. All that. I also learned, because when you run into everyday John, it feels like you're running into a cement wall. I learned yesterday there is no such thing. It's a concrete wall. Think out. Have yourself a game. How about that? Flo Thamba gets 2 early fouls, hits the bench, and everyday John comes in. It's like no big deal.
He just parks himself in that short corner. The dunker spot is what he plays out of. So good. Both he and Flo Thamba playing opposite the ball as the ball is coming down towards the rim.
And Baylor's got a 9-3 lead. Just like that, and a trap in the corner. Good step through, good pass, and the ball lost and loose. And here come the Bears. Brown sees baseline and got cut off.
VCU has not allowed an opponent this year above 60 points.
Well, that'll be tested today. And the alley-oop, there was a push. Good call. They set the alley-oop up there for Kendall Brown, but because he was pushed out of bounds, we got a foul. Look ahead when we
get his backside to the baseline as those drives are coming down the pipe, and really opens up and becomes a really big target out of that short corner.
Flo Thamba got those 2 early fouls. A 6-0 Baylor run since then. And Chamwa Chachua has got 4 points, a rebound, and an assist.
Well, VCU will trap the life out of you, won't they, on those ball screens?
Left-hand runner, offensive foul, Kendall Brown. VCU and Mike Rhodes, who's in his second stint here. He was with the team, and then he left to go and lead the Rice program, and then he was the assistant associate head coach from 09 to 14 to come back and took over in 17. Got a little dance in his step, too, after yesterday's win. We'll show you that. Maybe compare it with the other thing we've seen here. Some would associate with dancing, others with just sort of moving.
One thing I appreciate about Mike's team is they are not offensive sensitive. You go back and watch their last 2 or 3 games, they can go 5 or 6 minutes without a basket, and they play harder on the defensive end. It seems like with every miss, a lot of teams go the other direction on you. Not this club.
Now McKeel Brown Jones is in, number 2. None goes to the bench. 9-3, 15 to go, just underway first half. Winner goes to the championship game against Michigan State. Kinjo and Cryer, a little curly kneel action as that leg hit the ground. Meyer launches a 3 from the corner, and he buries another. He's 2 for 2 from deep.
To my point, Ravi, he can make guarded threes. If they were in his airspace, he just rose up above it. There you go, Williams.
Much better rotation. Left-hander, 10 points a game last year. Vince Williams. Kinjo, that's a press breaker. Meyer alley-oop, that's a bad pass. Really good read. And a double team and a foul on Sohan. Jeremy Sohan out of England, who was born in Oklahoma. Played on a Polish senior national team when he was 17. It's an oxymoron to be 17 and playing on a senior national team. But he was the youngest ever to do it. So he's played against men, if you will. for a while.
Yeah, I think he had 18 points in his first game on that national team. Really a sweet kid. Visited with him on the beach 2 days ago. Love his accent, full of personality. He's got a tremendous future. Told me one of his goals in life was to buy a yacht like they have parked out back here. That's a good goal, is it not?
It's a great goal, and for very few attainable. He may be one of them.
He may be one of them.
Screen caused Meyer to go right into him, and that's a moving screen. It's a foul. Thanksgiving week lineup, we are locked and loaded. 118th annual Egg Bowl. That's Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Jimmy's giving the Ole Miss quarterback the Heisman. Tomorrow, Rangers and Bruins play a matinee at the TD Garden in Boston. Your favorite Boston Bruin ever? Bobby Orr. Yeah, I thought you were going to say that. And our Sunday night football matchup, the annual Bedlam game, Oklahoma State.
I didn't give him the Heisman. I invited him into the Heisman holding room.
You got him in the room. Every day, John scraping the ballroom. I've heard of ballroom dancing. Every day, John is putting on a clinic. He just launched a 3.
When you play harder than anyone else on the floor, good things should happen. Oh, look at this.
Oh, man, he went down hard on that right wrist. And he grabs a rebound on the floor. I'm a little concerned about that wrist of his.
I'm concerned about the floor. Jonathan Tchamwa plays the game like God intended it to be played. Just after every loose ball, after every rebound.
Ball finds him.
Again, as a coach, with guys like Tchamwa, you would never retire. You would always sleep. You would actually get to eat and enjoy it. You wouldn't fear turning on your phone in the morning and scrolling through your text messages. What happened? DMs. All that stuff is taken away with guys like Tchamwa.
You worked hard to get that one out, and I liked it. Good effort by Dykes early here. Really good. Battling through the tryptophan. That's a layup.
Good curl by Crocker. Just burned the pressure off with a tight curl.
17-6. Nicholas Kern, another guy pressed into duty, given some of the injuries that VCU has had. They lost Jameer Watkins and Jareen McAllister in the same week to torn ACLs. Little floater, and that one will go. Marcus showed us, and he is another one who has had to be playing in times they weren't going to necessarily use him. He had 3 threes against Syracuse for a dozen. We saw the mid-range game there.
The other thing VCU does so well, they make someone other than your primary handler bring it up for a 40-minute game. Yep. They deny your point guard and sometimes your combo guard and make your 3 and 4 bring it up under pressure.
Sohan thought about it. Tough defense. He hung in the air, but that caused that shot to be way too strong. And here comes VCU. Baseline cut off. Sohan's going to get called for another foul. That's his second. And just like that. Scott Drew goes to a bench. Sohan out. Let's welcome Kendall Brown back into the game. 5-star recruit. The dunk machine. And the first preseason Big 12 freshman of the year. Baylor history. First preseason Big 12 freshman of the year.
That's what winning a national championship does for you. It continues to open up doors, but Scott Drew is not going to waver on his non-negotiables in recruiting. Well, that's a nice athletic play in it by Curry. He's very explosive, one of the most explosive guards in that A-10.
They've been very effective at making shots in the air while they're moving. A couple of floaters here.
I think they have to make some of those in practice every day because the defense they're going against forces them to.
I would think that was a little too easy on the other side for James Akinjo. 19-10. Baylor with under 12 to go in the first half. Took his eye off it, started to move Keyshawn Curry. And that is a turnover. It's that time of night. We have the great show Dancing with the Stars. We're going to go dancing in the Bahamas. We'll see Rose went from barely being on the list, people you'd sit next to now being just summarily dismissed. That's fine. It's now been 3 days together.
What's completely overlooked is how good my costume was.
Right.
The mask.
You worked hard on that. Yeah, the mask was good.
Well, there's a solid step-up ball screen, wasn't it, by Tchamwa?
Remember, concrete.
He was moving. It was concrete that was moving.
Hadn't solidified yet.
And VCU scoring up points to hang in this game. And defensively, they're going to be in the ball game no matter who they play. It's just generating offense.
Marcus Sahonis handles the ball for VCU. Kingsley did a great job there to make sure you couldn't get that handoff. That's a tough shot. It was challenged. And with a man on the ground, the run out. Watch out, Cryer. Oh, boy, that whistle almost sounded like it was blown before the play even ended.
I talked about the explosiveness of Keyshawn Curry. He backpedaled initially as the get-back defender, but then at the end, the explosion. I'm with you. I thought Keyshawn Curry just went up and got it. There's going to be a little bit of contact on plays like that.
We have headsets on. It's hard to hear, but I just heard somebody scream, "Wait for the play to end." one of the female fans.
L.J. Cryer, Ravi, got 10 minutes a game as a freshman on a national championship team. But he was a scoring phenom in high school. 3,488 points. Number 5 all-time in Texas public school history. And think about the guys like Chris Bosh, LaMarcus Aldridge, De'Aaron Fox, Spud Webb, Larry Johnson. You got more points than all those dudes.
You got Spud and Grandmama in the same sentence.
Not easy to do on Thanksgiving.
No, it's not. And the pickoff by Akinjo. We're going the other way, and this may be a dunk. Look out, it is.
High percentage shot.
Hassan Ward.
If you get careless for one bounce, VCU will have it going the other way.
Now, to your point about Cryer, he did train and benefited greatly from being drilled every day by Butler and Teague and Mitchell.
Sure. They poured themselves into Cryer. Cryer made them better every day in practice. They poured right back into him. Nope.
Turnover. Were you saying nope because it all happened a little too quickly?
Yeah, I didn't like the angle at all that the big was running.
Well, Chamochachu was feeling it, and that's no good. But a long rebound from 23. And it's picked up on the offensive end by Kendall Brown. They're trying to double out top. And Flagler goes baseline blow by. Tough. Laid it up. Didn't even get it over the rim.
Got to get it up.
Akinjo. Pretty with 1 second left on the shot clock. Everyday John lays it up and in, and Everyday John is having a terrific start to this game. He's got 9 early points.
How hot was the basketball for Baylor on that possession, though? Multiple guys with the touch. It never stuck one time.
23-12. You're right about VCU. Just an offensively challenged team. Which, when you combine that with Baylor, who challenges even good offensive teams, it's a recipe for difficult scoring. That's a tough shot, and it's too long. And Chamochachu with the rebound. Baylor's going to be right there with Texas, Kansas. Yeah, he pushed away.
But the prior possession, the ball stayed hot, Ravi, for Baylor. Just watch how it just goes from one guy to the next with quickness. Pump fake, and it results with Jonathan Chamochachu with another easy 2. But all set up by the previous 4 or 5 touches. Benefits 23 in green.
DeLoach is into the game. Jalen DeLoach. DeLoach is a kid from his high school year to his freshman year to sophomore year. Jimmy grew 7 inches. So I don't know if the food changed dramatically once you get into high school, but his freshman to sophomore year, he goes from 6 feet to 6'7". It's a whole new wardrobe.
Great, yeah, a whole new wardrobe, growth spurt, and he's too small. Yeah. A raw talent. His sister actually ran track at Ohio State. His brother played football at Florida State. Very athletic family.
And he enters the game and is quickly on the board. We're going to get time. Masada 20s. Pleased that Michigan State got a nice win today. You'll see them in the finals tomorrow, 11 a.m. So a little turkey breakfast, perhaps, for the final from Atlantis tomorrow. So they get the 10 seconds back on the clock. Bothamba back in the game with 2 fouls. The luxury that Drew has amongst many. How about your depth at every position, including that center spot? Myers' shot no good. The Famba went out, and all of a sudden, Everyday John came in. It was like we went up a level today.
They did today. That's quite a luxury. I mean, those two dudes are national champions. And they set the tone around the rim. They have great voice on the back of the defense, talking the ball screen action. Just jackhammer you when the ball's on the glass.
The ball barely hit the ground. That's a good defensive play. A big-time block on one end by Vince Williams. And an attack on the other. Too much spin and a foul called on the offensive end. You can push it all you want, but if they're going to get back and be in a defensive position, you run the risk that Jaden Nunn just did of getting an offensive foul called against you.
It's really very difficult to outrun either team. They are both built with speed. And look at the turnovers in the ball game. Both of them have 8. Akinjo already has 3, the point guard for Baylor. VCU making him work hard off of any ball screen that's set. Akinjo is getting the life trapped out of him.
Vince Williams has 3 personal fouls, number 10 in white. For a team that's challenged with air depth. Brown, step back, couldn't get it to go.
I say good plays. Just a little brush screen, a little brush cut. Just enough traffic to give Brown a strong right hand into his drive.
Look out. 2 bodies hit the ground. That shot was too short, an air ball, and just went straight out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball. So the challenge is now on VCU. Every shot contested. We're going to bring back Levi Stockard, who had a good game yesterday with 15, 4, and 4. Curry is having a conversation saying, you see, he grabbed my wrist. And veteran official Jamie Lucky not really listening to that. So Brent Hampton, Keith Kimball steps in to explain things.
Well, good sneaky guards right there. He's exactly right. He's being held by Cryer. And Cryer learned a lot of things from Maceo Teague and Jared Butler. I guarantee you he's had that done to him in practice. But he got away with one there. Did you see it?
I sure did.
Your headset work in this game?
The headset is for the ears. It's the eyes that are for the vision. So I saw it because you asked if I saw it. You didn't ask if I heard. So no, I saw. He grabbed his hand. Scott Gustafson, our producer, had a nice slow-mo look at it. But I like what you tried to do there.
Talk about the pressure of VCU. Baylor's right there with you.
Double team there on the baseline. And Williams will try to drive it amongst the trees and lay it up and lay it in.
Really nice. It's not easy to get down the lane on Baylor and get clean to the rim.
25-16, 6.5 to go. Akinjo, he dribbled it right into a turnover. Lead pass, Kern, flush.
Well, they got some athletes, don't they, VCU?
That's why when you get into the NCAA tournament, you got your brackets. VCU is always one of those teams because you know they play defense. You're just never easy to play against.
Yeah, they were knocked out last year by COVID, didn't get to play. And you mentioned earlier.
Oh, look out! A big block, and he came right down on what appeared to be Cryer's body, maybe his ankle, his wrist, but an attempt to block. Hassan Ward went up and came straight down on L.J. Cryer, and he's given a thumbs up to his bench. I think he landed right on his foot. Right there.
Oh, gracious. One of the best shot blockers in the country.
Wow.
Is 20 in white. And his block rate is was number 7 in the nation last year overall.
Oof,
he just goes and gets it. Boy, very lucky that he hit more floor than leg on Cryer.
Yeah. And it was actually his own man, 24, Nicholas Kern, who kind of undercut the would-be blocker, Hassan Ward. As Cryer missed the first free throw. Man, every shot contested, every dribble contested.
A club that you just cannot relax against when you're playing VCU. Every possession, every pass.
Sohan, that ball hung up on the rim long enough for him to get it. Two VCU players were waiting, and they mistimed their jump. Kinjo was a star at Arizona, transfers to Baylor. Sohan with 2 on the shot clock. That will count if it goes, and it will, and why wouldn't it? The way every day Jonathan Chamwachachua is playing, they're all going in. He's in double figures with 11. Have a first half. Alley-oop, tough pass, good catch. Sohan, that's going to be goaltending. He timed it. How about these two teams? We pick 5. We want to play volleyball. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Good old-fashioned shirts and skins game a little bit too going on. Jonathan Chamwachachua 0 for 2 from the three-point line on the year. Coming into today. But he shoots a really good ball, actually.
Steal. How about the second effort? But Akinjo was there as he came down with a rebound. And this could be an alley-oop. No, the defense got back in time. We're going to get one saying out of bounds, the other saying we may have a foul here. And they did.
VCU has Akinjo sped up to about 237 miles per hour right now. I mean, he has terrific speed, but he has to control his speed in this game because he already has 4 or 5 turnovers, and lucky he didn't get a 6th one right there.
Nunn gets a pretty good piece of Akinjo's left arm. So Jaden Nunn. And Akinjo goes to the free throw line. 27-20, VCU hanging around. The first free throw is good. James Akinjo, the 6'1", 185-pound junior out of Oakland, California. Back-to-back double-doubles coming into this thing. The Arizona transfer was a first-team All-Pac-12 as a junior last year. First 2 years were at Georgetown, so it's not the travels that Everyday John has had, but he's bounced a little bit.
Now he has. He comes out of the Arizona system last year where he had an extremely high usage rate in terms of finishing off the possession with a shot or a play. He's got to learn to trust his talent around him a little bit more right now.
Ooh, spin me to win me, Levi Stockard.
Spin me to win me. That's a new one from you. I like that. It's been his first 3 years at Kansas State. You know, Stockard was an all-state football player in high school out of Missouri.
I look at all 10 of these guys on the floor. Wouldn't surprise me if all of them were the same.
We got the switch, the mismatch.
There it is.
Make it pay.
Look out. 2 go to help out, and instead it's a foul and a free throw.
Recognizing what the defense gave you. They gave you a switch. You got a small guard on Stockard, and Stockard takes it personally. You're going to switch a small guy on me. I'm going right to the front of the rim, ball fake you. Power play below the rim. He's not an above the rim guy, but he can absolutely wear you out by eating up space. Good shot fake. Chance for a three-point play.
And Sohan has now picked up 3 fouls. You may want to back down on some of those conversations with you on the beach. This is going to be the result. VCU right back in the game. Sure they are. 29-25. I don't want to say they were ever out of the game, but it's been around a 10-point lead for most of it. Now it's down to 4. Let a team like this hang around. Bad things can happen to you if you're Baylor. Flagler Akinjo steps into a 3, too strong. Big-time rebound. And here comes VCU again. Good job on the glass by Hassan Ward. 3 ball, too short. Offensive rebound. And Stockard start. Look out, Meyer from behind. That's a steal.
Scott Drew with one of the few play calls so far in this game. High ball screen clear out. Got the whole left side of the floor cleared out for Akinjo to work with.
Akinjo just drove by 2 players. Flagler with 5 on the shot clock.
Have to go make a play.
Well, he's going to launch from way outside. That's no good. Look out! Down hard again. Second time that we have seen Hassan Ward hit the ground hard. Man, do they go after the ball. And twice now his legs.
Because right now, Akinjo is, as much as he's gotten out of trouble, he's also gotten into trouble with the ball because of it.
Largest lead was 25-14. VCU's been on an 11-4 run since then, to make it a 4-point game with 3 to go in the first half.
They got him again, doubled up. Move it, move it, move it, move it.
They did cross court. Now they're looking for it from Meyer again. He launches. That's online, but too strong. And a big-time rebound. I tell you what, I don't know what Hassan Ward colognes are made out of, but boy, they are malleable. He has hit the ground hard twice.
Yeah, he's a big-time athlete, though. Again, all the vertical plays in the A-10, he's going to be right in the middle of every one.
Meyer right there for a steal, Jimmy. Quick hands. Talk about the versatility and depth of Famba and Chachua. Meyer is 6'9". He's as tall as both of them. Brown gets the bang and then throws it too hard off the glass.
And the second and third defender always ready to run into help for VCU. You cannot get a wide open clean look against these guys in white. Everything's rushed, everything's hurried by Baylor in this first half. All has to do with what the Rams defense is doing to them.
One of those performances where when you do get your bracket, you remember, oh yeah, they played Baylor really tough. And now they got Ace Baldwin back coming in January. And that big guy, Stockard, Levi Stockard, put on a pretty good show at his Atlantis trip. He's in double figures with 10. They're down 2. Look out, Akinjo on the ground, loose ball. And the possession arrow says VCU. They're winning the 50-50 balls. They're out hustling right now, Baylor.
I'm just not sure Akinjo has adjusted to what's going on in this ball game. He's trying to beat speed with speed, and it's not going to work. That's his 5th or 6th turnover. These guys he's going up against are just as fast or faster and just as lower as a defender.
Six turnovers for Akinjo.
That's the issue, because Baylor's shooting a pretty good percentage, a decent percentage in the game, 45-46%. Just not getting up enough shots, and now Scott Drew has to set a guy down, and now Flagler and Cryer get to absorb the pressure.
And Nicholas Kern just limped off as well for VCU. They're going to tend to him on the end of the bench. We'll keep an eye on that. Stockard has scored the last 7 VCU points. Got a chance to grab a lead here for the first time today. Josh Banks, 33 into the game with that injury. 8 seconds. Good hands there by Ward. And the floater no good. Offensive rebound. Stockard, no. Again. Can't get it to go.
Man, is he good below the rim, though. Just outstanding, carving out space against those athletes of Baylor.
Meyer open. Created that. And here comes the new man into the game. Josh Banks, one-on-one. Meyer with a block. You could see that one coming. Everyday John looks out to the crowd and says, I need you to help us out here with 50 seconds to go.
And the speed on the floor, really at all 10 spots, is superior. It's worth mentioning again, VCU has not allowed an opponent this year above 59 points.
The way this started, it felt like they were going to get to 80. Flagler, open 3, in and out. And the battle won by Baylor and Jonathan Chachua, and we will keep it for the Bears.
You have an out-of-bounds play that is designed to burn the pressure off of a team that overplays, because that's what VCU is going to do to you right here. Can you lift a guy? Can you slip a guy and get an easy one?
Cryer ran right into the wall, and that's another turnover for Baylor. Really good help defense led to another turnover. And not waiting for that shot clock or the game clock. And Hassan Ward, who's been living in the rafters, missed a follow-up dunk. Ball on the ground. Cryer, that was a travel. And they do blow the whistle. Kind of game VCU wants to play, isn't it? Muck it all up.
The VCU throws at you. You're going to have to adjust during this game. Baylor has been rattled more in the first half than they've not been rattled.
Last seconds. Tip-off. He'll get a chance to tie or go ahead. None. With 3. The lefty. Too strong, and that will end the first half. 3 ball there. Jonathan Chachua. The VCU defense is forcing turnovers. Points in the paint. VCU's got 18 of those. And for Thamba, they didn't do anything except get 2 fouls. The alley-oop to start. That'll work beautifully. Kendall Brown. And the defense rare, but their defense fell asleep.
You have to have some plays that burn the pressure off. I keep using that terminology against a team like VCU. Scott Drew goes right to it to start the half.
Curry with Meyer on him, gets him down to the ground. Ward, who was bouncing around that ground like a Super Bowl, still in the game and feeling fine. Launches a tough shot from the baseline. It's an air ball. That's a violation, and he's down on the ground again.
That opening possession for Baylor, Kendall Brown is going to come up top of the basketball, 2 in green, then just work off of a little bit of a high post rub screen right there. Well-designed play. You lift the offense. You burn the pressure off with a back cut and a well-delivered pass from Cryer.
And the football coach designing his first series of plays.
Yes.
They had their first play designed.
And probably a second and third play. One thing you're not seeing is a ball screen.
Brown, layup, and he's off to a good start with 4 quickies here in the second half.
So Scott Drew, coming out of the half, has not gone to a ball screen yet, staying away from the blitz action, the doubling up of it. The VCU wreaked havoc with in the first half.
Hand off to Williams. Double, triple team, throws it up. That's no good. Akinjo. The run out. Really? Brown. Oh, hard foul from behind. Attention paid to the concussions that when he got hit in the head in a vulnerable
position, they're going to really look at it and err on the side of caution for the offensive player.
Yeah, and it sounded like Brett Hampton, the point of emphasis is the head. You know, there's such attention paid to the concussions that when he got hit in the head in a vulnerable position, it really elevated it right away to a flagrant 1. So they'll get the 2 free throws and they get the ball. And they get themselves an 8-point lead. They've scored the first 4 here in the second half. Say 6.
Or 6.
Meyer, good dunk down. And a bucket and a foul. Flo Thamba. Really good interior passing from Meyer to Thamba.
No ball screen action for Baylor yet. First 2 minutes of the second half. They've had some pressure release plays, and now they're going inside, who's using their size to get the ball near the rim. What a start for the Baylor Bears, and Mike Rhodes says, I've had enough of this stuff. Sit down and talk about it, fellas.
When you spend all year
for his coaching ability, you couple that with his affability and recruiting ability, and you're going to build a juggernaut, a consistent powerhouse. But there were some adjustments made at the half. They came out and all of a sudden they got themselves an 11-point lead.
Well, they've gone away, Baylor has, from running ball screen offense, because the rule book doesn't say you have to run a ball screen, and they were getting chewed up in the first half because of it. So he gets away from it. Good set plays. The value of winning a regular season tournament, Ravi. 11 of the last 12 national champions won a tournament in the regular season.
Yep. 11 of 12 win a regular season tournament. This is such a good test. Williams buried a 3 there to bring it back to 8, but such a great test. You're playing 3 games in 3 days, high-level competition, little time to prepare. Kind of like a March Madness, weekend or an SEC tournament where you're going back-to-back or every other day. When you're finding out about your personnel, especially the freshmen, the transfers, coaches relish opportunities like this. You don't want to leave 0-3. You love to get at least a win. If you're not going to win the whole thing, get at least a W. But you're guaranteed 3 games.
Short clock, already down to 10.
Kinjo quickly to the corner. Meyer got his man in the air and then stepped into it, came up way short. Frustration from Meyer as he heads back down to play defense. Williams right off his foot and out of bounds. VCU half-court offense a little different than when they're turning you over and running with it.
As good as VCU's defensive numbers are, their offensive numbers Not even close. There's like a 277-point gap between where they are nationally, offensively and defensively. VCU comes in, Ravi, overall ranked in the bottom 6% on synergy this morning in terms of half-court offense. And they find enough points to stay in this game.
Flagler, step back. That looked good, and he nailed it right in front of his bench a few minutes ago. Flagler and Scott Drew hadn't embraced. There was a laugh. Loosened him up, knocked it down. Tough interior pass. Offensive foul. They call that on Hassan Ward.
A lot of offensive firepower for the Baylor Bears again this year. Their guards are really good. Last year they were exceptional. Their wings this year are borderline exceptional, and their two bigs on the inside are studs. And terrific defensive play by Baylor to rotate over by Flo Thamba.
The way we see Kendall Brown really emerge, just a freshman number 2 for Baylor.
And that's that elite wings size I'm talking about for Baylor this year between Meyer and Brown.
Meyer baseline, Thamba back to him, hit a launch. That's short, off the side of the backboard. Still 5 seconds to go.
And he didn't hit the rim.
Nope, he's going to throw it up again. Oh, and a foul there at the end of the shot clock. And they bailed out Baylor, and Meyer. Vince Williams picks up the personal.
Just don't want to reach down, do you? At any point defensively, but certainly with a short clock, 5 or less.
And Matthew Meyer, the senior out of Austin, Texas, 225-pounder.
Right, he's never been, Meyer, more than a 15, 16-minute-a-game guy. But he has the potential to be an all Big 12 player with extended minutes this year. We've talked about the versatility on both ends of the floor.
He's got 8 points. I love you because you're so good at breaking down shot form, etc. And I know everybody's got their own shot, but Myers has struggled out of the gate with his shot. I'm curious if you see a reason why.
Well, when he misses short. I have noticed that. Good inside feed. Man, that was just a grown man move.
Kel Brown-Jones.
I think Myers short arms his shot every now and then. That's the only thing I've seen. You want to see that hand held high and help you out the finish. Myers sometimes shorts it.
Ooh, Brown, Thamba, left hand, no good. Still battling. And they'll reset 15 on the shot clock. Leading by 9, Baylor over VCU. Winner to the finals in the battle for Atlantis tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Kendall Brown in traffic. That looked good too. High archer with some great rotation.
6'8" and able to play with the ball in a tight space as he had very little room to work with off that dribble weave out top.
Williams hard to the hole, and the defense didn't come over to help.
That's just too easy. Ball on the first side of the floor, and you allow a guy to try to get to the rim.
Double team out top. They go with 8 on the shot clock. It's Meyer. Pretty move that time, but he comes up short again, and he's going to get fouled.
He misses a lot short.
Yeah,
he really does. Talked about Kendall Brown at 6'8", able to play in a tight space for a big guy.
Coach, that is why Jimmy has got a new 3-year deal with the worldwide leader.
Move it, get it inside, climb on the glass, just find a way to get points right now, for VCU.
Yeah, they were looking for a 3 from Brown-Jones, active on the boards, everybody. Offensive rebound, put back, no good. Another one, look at all the hands.
Stay after.
And they do, and it's Kendall Brown. Ball's finding him right now. LJ Cryer, short.
VCU can't get the run game going because the speed of Baylor gets their defense set. A team that struggles in the half-court, Rabbi, you want to try to find ways to score in transition. Just few opportunities.
Oh, look out.
They've slipped a lot on that spot of the floor.
Sure did. And down goes Kerner, was limping in the first half as well. That ball was eaten. Vince Williams went up, and it went into his mouth and into his stomach. He ate the basketball there, playing defense.
He ate the ball.
I mean, he did. He was so high up, he just force-fed it right into his mouth.
Watch this right here.
Right in the mouth, yep.
Well, pretty much. But I liked where you were going there.
Yeah, your head has been all about the whole Thanksgiving meal. You've been thinking eating most of the day. In fact, most of the trip here.
And he just slipped Tom Chatra out of that ball screen quickly.
There is just no room to go. And they quickly double him out top with 8 on the shot clock. The drive, Bonner. Little dish, and it's good. So Thamba again goes to the bench. He picked up his 3rd foul. Jonathan is back in the game, and he's making buckets.
And how many teams have a backup as good as Jonathan Chamachach with the 5 spot? Very few. Very, very few. He changes the game with how he plays, with his voice. Just actively involved in every part of this ball game. 23 in green.
Kind of an entire second team on the floor momentarily for VCU. You got Kern, you had him out there, you had Deloach out there. Marcus Saponis was out there and still out there. There's a drive deflected, and the Kinjo goes down hard. He got some contact there. No foul was called.
It's another play, though, that I just kind of question, where's the Kinjo going? He's on the first side of the floor, driving the ball into a defense that's ranked in the top 1% in the country right now. 3 weeks in. A real learning experience for Kinjo.
Kinjo, Solhan. Five on the shot clock, and Kinjo will launch. That's contested and deflected. Struggles continue for Kinjo. Williams, good pass down low and an easy layup. Good look for Williams. And sliding down to get into the open spot was Ward.
And it all started with the reversal pass from 1/3 to the other.
Tenacious pressure and a dive on the floor. That didn't work out. The alley-oop. No, Solhan. And another battle. This one goes VCU's way as bodies are flying.
4-on-4.
The floor crew has been out mopping and sweeping, getting sweat off every trip down because bodies are all over the floor here in the ballroom at the Battle for Atlantis. We need some new rags by the end of the day, and they are just wearing it out.
It's hard to put a team away like VCU. And again, they see an opportunity. They've got the defending national champions on a neutral floor. VCU was knocked out of the NCAA tournament last year by COVID. Didn't get a chance to play. A bunch of guys that play with a chip on their shoulder.
Couple of resume building possibilities. Williams, that's pretty, man. 3 right in the face of Meyer.
That's their best offensive option, Vince Williams. Does a little bit of everything. Shot 41% last year, shooting a good ball this year. A little sidestep from Meyer, and the heat comes back up.
He's got 10 prior. Corner, Meyer thought about a 3, and now he gives it up. But they are also quick to close out.
Yes, they are. They run you off that three-point line and then get right back in the play.
Meyer, size advantage. Solhan, we're under 10 again on the shot clock. Solhan into traffic, lost the ball. Another turnover from Baylor. And here comes VCU, the defense to offense. 3-ball, money! VCU right back into it. Marcus Saponis knocks it down. And here they are, quick to double Meyer. Should have numbers. Pryor tried to silence her 3, didn't get it to go. Loose ball, Thamba, block, foul called on Williams. Oh, Thamba back on the floor. If you think you're going to get an easy layup, forget about it.
I've seen better teams during Feast Week. I've not seen a team play any harder than what VCU has done this evening. Williams with a sidestep, bam, nothing but the bottom. Then Sahonis comes right back down. And what was once a double-figure game, you look up all of a sudden, it's 45-42. Rams saying we ain't going anywhere. conversation as well.
Famba back in the game. He's playing with 4 fouls. And again, it's one of those nights where you haven't missed much when he goes to the bench because Jonathan Chachua has been so good. 4-point game. Sahonis just made one. That one's off. Sohan clears. Kinjo rests, so Flagler moves to the point. Sohan the spin. Meyer the cut. That was pretty.
Yeah, the cut was great, but so was the find by Sohan. Came out of spin, got his eyes on the cutter quickly, and delivered right at waist level.
Williams got that entry pass down too low, and Stockard couldn't control it. That's a turnover for Baylor.
It's not often I describe a 6'10" kid as scrappy and gritty.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Meyer is?
Yes, he is.
He's got a lot of that in him, doesn't he?
Does. There's a 3, and you know, you'll take a look at that again. That time we had the swan. That arm got out, the hand got extended.
It wasn't, and it was not short.
18 turnovers, VCU, 14, Baylor. We're under 10, and it's a 51-42 game. That may have been a flop, was it? We may get a little flop warning here. I mean, I respect the size of Stockard.
Yeah,
Famba's not going down.
No. I will say this about the flop. You know how I feel about it, and why are we still continuing to have warnings? I don't understand. The Rules Committee actually proposed to eliminate the flop warning this year. But the Playing Rules Oversight Panel declined that proposal, and that was a swing and a miss by them.
The oversight.
Yes, we do not need to continue having a warning for the flop. Why warn them? You don't want it, call it.
Wide open Sohan. 3 too short. Look out, there's a foul there. Stockard just threw Famba to the ground.
Very physical game, that very much like the one we had earlier today between UConn and Michigan State.
Been hard for Flo to get into the flow tonight with all that foul trouble. Ooh, they missed him. Yep. Pryor short-armed it. And a run out here. Good pass to Curry. Challenges Meyer. Can't get it to go, but it'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Man, is he an athlete? Keyshawn Curry, he missed 10 games last year with an injury. A very aggressive drive-it game, attack the top foot as a half-court driver, but his speed now and his reach at the rim, hard to guard in transition.
Sure is. Senior out of Jacksonville, Florida, 6'4", $185. Meyer wasn't there. We would have seen a highlight reel dunk. He's had a few of those. Missed the free throw. Stays 7, 51-44. The winner of this one will take on Michigan State. They won a war today against UConn. We'll see UConn tomorrow in the game immediately after the championship game. As these 2 semifinals played. And Friday, championship day here at the Battle for Atlantis.
Better not get careless, huh?
Jaden Nunn. And now it's Sahonis' turn with Flagler. Flagler trying to get underneath him. Stops, pops, drains it.
What a shot by Flagler. You're right, he got underneath the defender, and then the step back gave him just enough separation. Just a tough one-on-one move.
Stockard to the rack. Look out, Meyer took some contact, and they call it on him. Said he may have been moving.
And I'm not sure he got his right foot out of that guard. Yeah. Look at Flagler getting right there lower than the defender's waist. Knocks off Sahonis, gets some separation at the other end. The hard drive of the basketball by Stockard. And
his right foot's out of there.
It's out of there. He is actually set in a lead guarding position before Stockard left the floor. Just bang play though. It's just so difficult.
Yeah, bang implies it's like a pop gun. That's like a cannon shot when Stockard hits you, though.
Yeah, you're right. Baylor just cannot get that comfortable separation between VCU. You talked about in the first half, you allow a team like this to stay with you at the 4-minute mark. And Mike Rhodes talked to me about that before the ball game. He said, we're playing this thing 4 minutes to seconds. Just trying to hang in it till the end. So far, so good, Coach.
No, they went for the double and they missed it, so that means somebody's open. It's a Kinjo.
Dribble weave into a ball screen up top and diving out of it.
Kinjo continues to try to dribble through everybody. With 5 on the shot clock, a floater. No good. Sohan has it. He got fouled and he threw it up and he didn't make it. And he'll go to the free throw line. Some of these loose balls now around the rim going the way of the green, the Baylor Bears. Their offensive rebounds now at 15. And their second chance points, 11. Sohan knocks down the free throw.
Ravi, this is Baylor's best defensive team that Scott Drew can put on the floor. I'm talking about the combination of Sohan and Kendall Brown. Those two big 6'8", 6'9" wings that can guard multiple positions and rebound out of multiple positions make Baylor very difficult to score against right now.
Sohan picks up his first 2 points of the night. Under 8, 55-46. I've thought about a 3. Stockard down low. And we're going to get a hold on the floor on a Kinjo. 7:49 to go. We'll take a timeout. 55-46. Free throws will help define
time at Michigan State in terms of how they're supposed to play the game, and takes great joy in playing it the right way. It's not always about the win. It's about how are we playing. And he has not backed off in any area as a head coach. Good find.
Yeah, big shot comes up a little short and goes to the top. And there's a good offensive rebound. That's just timing when it's going to come off. And Vince Williams laid it up and in. Kind of a crucial period in this game, Jimmy. 7-point lead, 7.5 to go.
Yeah, if you're Mike Rhodes, you have 2 4-minute segments now with your guys to work with.
I thought that might have been a backcourt violation, and it was.
They may have got him for 10, but you're right about the ball just kind of climbing on top of the glass here. And the timing, just wait, boom, now go get it. Really well done. Vince Williams just has a nose and a knack for the ball, doesn't he?
Timed it beautifully, and here he is. Thought about a 3. Big trip down off the turnover. Those were their first second chance points. And they're going to get Brown on the foul.
Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. It doesn't matter what offense you run, as long as you get the ball reversed side to side and attack the closeout, good things are going to happen for you. And that's kind of what VCU has gone to now in the last 8-10 minutes of this game. These guys making play, keeping the ball hot, getting it from one side to the other, and then attacking closeouts really well, attacking the top foot.
VCU, Jimmy, they have a whole bunch of good ball handlers. Like, it doesn't feel like you need to steal the ball much on a dribble. They're just real good. Then they have that one-hand pass.
That's so good right there.
Curry, 3, no good.
But they got the ball reversed twice, man, off of skip passes and attacked well.
That's a silly foul right there. Kind of a lazy effort by Hassan Ward. And given the time and given the free throws, that was uncharacteristic defense by VCU. Sohan, who just got his first 2 points from the free throw line after missing his 4 field goal attempts, goes back to shoot some freebies. That one was too strong.
From the get-go, wasn't it? By the time he left his wrist, you knew had no chance. All right, you got to get points, Rams. Where are you going to go? Williams is your leading scorer, 10 in white. He's got to get a touch.
Curry, good dump off. Where's Ward going? Finds the valve in none, and he buries a three. But they always got their head up looking for some open man because they get trapped sometimes in the air.
Yep, a big shot by Jaden Nunn, just a freshman, originally committed to Iowa State. Coach leaves, he transfers to VCU. Pressure stays hot.
Kendall Brown, really tough shot. My goodness, readjusted in the air.
Yeah, first of all, how did he even get it off? First of all, how did he make it secondly?
Good battle here, 57-51, under 6 to go.
Baylor doing a really good job of switching up.
Williams, step back, lefty three. That's too strong off the back iron.
Scott Drew, fly around, switch 1 through 5, 1 through 4, depending on personnel. We talked a lot about VCU's defense in this game. Baylor's right there with them. Moving screen.
Yes, it was. Kinjo right into Vince Williams.
Has not been his best game at Kinjo as a floor general. Go to the dribble handoff. You got to get set. That's an easy call to make. And that's the 7th turnover that Scott Drew's staff will attribute to Kinjo. Way too many for your point guard if you have aspirations of getting back to a Final Four.
I'll tell you one thing. You look forward to tomorrow's championship game and consolation game. Whatever
happens,
the matchups are, they're brutal. They're nasty. All 4 teams that will be playing tomorrow in the first 2 games, they get after it.
They play their guts out, don't they?
Michigan
Watch
taking it. Brown contacted Williams. Dykes exit stage left.
I ran smooth over one time by Levi Randolph at Alabama. Knocked me on the backside, and I've been alert ever since.
There you go.
I'm
yeah, one of us stood up. Yep.
I am not staying in here.
No, you're not drawing the charge?
No.
I have a soft chair. My chair would have given way. I'm fine.
Well, don't turn it over for Baylor right now. Your half court.
Alley-oop. That is a bad pass.
That's one thing I said you can't do is turn it over. If your half court defense has been good enough, and now you're transitioning.
Oh, Thumba with a block at the rim. Flo has the ball. It's an easy pick, but nobody can get to him, and they'll slow things down. Now empty trips both ways. Baylor and VCU stays at 6 with 4.5 to go. LJ Cryer forced out of bounds, and the ball loose. Meyer will launch and bury it. Wow. After Meyer comes up huge. Brown-Jones matches it as he finds the bottom of the net, and Drew looks to his coaching staff, says, why do we let that man have an open shot?
Now you're into the last 4-minute segment if you're VCU, and you're right where you wanted to be. Within a puncher's chance of the defending national champion on the neutral floor.
They're all over the place defensively. Cryer has it. We're at 10 on the shot clock. Penetrates, pulls up. Too strong. Rebound, VCU.
Mike Rhodes at the next dead ball is going to be able to tell his guys, we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish the first 35 minutes, guys. You're right here with 3 to go.
Meyer defensively. He's got 15 on the other end. 3 ball. Too strong. Sean Curry took that shot with a couple left on that shot clock. He had some time to move it around. Instead, it stays 5. And we are at the 3:10 mark. Flagler banged up left wrist, dribbles to that right. Kendall Brown. Yeah, easy, hard to the hole. Deloach was not going to get in his way. And Scott Drew up 61. Ultimately, they were ruled 2s.
Good second cut to get open. Cannon White is the primary scoring option. Vince Williams tucked away in this right corner. He's going to run into a shot.
Good hands by Meyer.
Here comes Williams up top.
He was about to get the ball. He was intercepted by his own man, Stockard. They get 5 on the shot clock. There's a handoff to, that is a tough shot. Oh, man. Floating to his right, the lefty knocks it in.
It took him a while to get there, but the play call all along was to Vince Williams.
5-point ball game, 2:15 to go.
VCU so good, Ravi, at denying and showing their hands, just getting their chest on your chest, taking the officials out of it.
Little flag there. Yes, sir. Reminiscent of a little Kemba Walker action back for UConn. Rebound by Baylor. Nice job, Brown. He set it up and grabbed it, so they ripped it away, and they have a $144 in the game, protecting a 5-point lead.
I think he might get a ball screen here up top. Or post up from Fama just automatically. There it is.
Tough take, an incredible layup. Landed on that bruised up left wrist. My goodness, play of the game so far, and it's delivered by Adam Flagler.
I love what Scott Drew did. He did not bring the ball screen up, which would have brought the blitz into play. Just let Flagler go one-on-one.
Nunn can't get a big three, and the rebound fought for. Williams has it now. Gets the screen. Triple teamed. Nunn hard, block, foul. We're going to call a block on every free throw they get an opportunity to make. And there's the first one from Jaden Nunn, a freshman out of Flint, Michigan. I mentioned he was an Iowa State commit, chose VCU. He had some interest too from some big-time schools, Kansas, Butler, Arizona State. He missed the second one.
You still set your press up with your VCU, and man, they get on it, don't they?
They do. It's a 6-point game.
Great job of getting organized in the press off of a miss.
50 seconds to go. Mayer, floater, tip, no good. Out of bounds off Baylor. It'll be VCU ball. Big shot and a miss by Meyer.
Scott Drew's coming with his defensive weapons now. Getting Kendall Brown back in the game. Chamwa back in the game.
You get some ball handlers too.
And 3 guards to press up and stay in front of the ball against any VCU attacking dribble.
48 seconds to go, down 6. One take, and then the pull-up 3 in and out. Rebound out of bounds off Baylor. And that miss May with 33 seconds. Sealed this one for Baylor, who have the ball.
Well, Baylor's got to get it in. They're frozen. It wasn't off their made basket right now. So this will not be easy. You're going to have to make it probably a second or third cut possibly just to get the thing entered.
And now you got 5 ball handlers on the floor for Baylor. Meyer spells Chamwa.
L.J. Cryer is frozen to a 3-foot imaginary square right there.
Double in the corner on Flagler, and he calls timeout.
Scott Drew has this press break set up. Cut. Just be a player right now.
Tough inbounds pass. It is caught, and now Akinjo has it. And you got to get it moving. There's Cryer. Tough pass. Good catch. Meyer, and here is your dunk. Happens a lot. Brown on the other end to finish it, and the lead quickly grows to 10. And that is a mistake by Cryer, fouling with 17 and a half to go, but a 10-point lead for Baylor. Take a look at our player of the game. It's brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers with early foul trouble for Flo Thamba. Player of the game is Everyday Jonathan Chamwa. Terrific 13-point, 7-rebound effort. And they lost nothing when Thamba had to come out of the game. In fact, they probably went and gained.
They did. And if Scott Drew gets 13 points out of Chamwa every day, that's a huge win. The kid's averaging 6, but he deserved the 13 points today. There were stretches in a game where two teams absolutely played their guts out, that he played harder than anyone else on the floor. That was not easy to do in this game.
Oh, stolen! And an easy 2. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Just like that.
Sprint and come back to the ball. Sprint, go, come back. Yeah, there it is. Good job. I love that play. It's just not kind of making its way in.
Yeah, it's something different.
It's very difficult to defend.
I was making the point, and Baylor's going to have all sorts of great competition through the course of conference play. You oftentimes looked at the lesser teams that are here and the opportunities to build resume. This is a huge experience for a Baylor team that had some turnover to play against VCU. Is
Sure it did. Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, VCU, again, they were in the NCAA tournament last year, just didn't get to play because of the COVID protocol. But this VCU program's all about winning now. There was no fear ever from VCU in this ball game going up against Baylor.
And who are going to handle the pressure? Who's going to be your ball guy? Who's making the assist? Who's making the shots? What happens when this guy's in foul trouble?
A lot of good stuff.
And now tomorrow we're looking at another blue blood showdown if Baylor can hold on in a championship game against Michigan State. 11 a.m. Eastern time, don't forget, for the Battle for Atlantis championship. Oh my goodness.
Why?
Chachua just got in the way and stopped the clock, and free throws for Jaden Nunn. And a lot of folks are doing that right here. They're rooting for Baylor. Hands on head.
I mean, it's a high flat ball screen. There's no reason to step up at this point in the game. Just level it off, keep your feet moving.
Free throws have not helped VCU down the stretch. They've missed a couple in the last 10 seconds of this game. It's a 6-point game now, and it'll stay 6. Another one badly missed, and Baylor has it, and that's a foul, and that will wrap this thing up with 8 seconds to go and going down to the other end to shoot.
Ravi Baylor's going to escape. VCU, man, they got the game going just like they want to do. This is the first time all year an opponent has put more than 59 on the board against VCU. They came in as one of the top 1% defensive teams in the country with their half-court defense. They showed you and I why tonight. They are everywhere on the defensive end.
Baylor's going to end up shooting around 41% for the game. VCU shot 50% in the second half, 12 to 24.
Right, there are some of those mid-major programs in the country that they just get off the bus. They don't care what time the game is or who they're playing. They're just here to ball. That's who VCU has been over the years. They are again right now.
Get there.
They do not care.
Ace Baldwin back in early January. Things will change. Three-pointer no good. Rebound. We don't need to foul there, and that'll do it. Baylor advances.